I think the only way I'm not going to strike is if I send it out too far too early. What came down from the heavens there? What's up, guys? Brunswick's back. It's time to introduce the Hammer Maximum Effect. Now, the Maximum Effect has HK22 Cohesion Hybrid Carbon Fiber Infused cover, all wrapped around that original Huntsman core. I can't wait to see what this ball does on the lanes for me, with SPECTO running, of course. But before we get to all that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see this Maximum Effect out on the lanes. All right. We're here on another lovely Sunday at Brunswick headquarters. I got the Maximum Effect. Third in its line, I guess fourth if you want to call the Effect Tour part of it. This is the original Huntsman core though. Let's talk about that. RG 2.47, differential 050 with an intermediate 017. And that Huntsman core is a combination of the best things in the Black Widow core and the Vibe series core. And they merge them together, and that's what you get with the Huntsman core. Now let's talk about this cover stock. HK22 Cohesion Hybrid Carbon Fiber Infused. Bringing that back. That's pretty sweet. And it's 4 colors. Crazy looking ball and dull. 500, 1500. We all know how I feel about shiny solids, and that matter. This ball's got some teeth to it. I'm expecting a lot of hook and performance, but we're gonna find that out. We got SPECTO running. I'm gonna start it out, move it in. We're bowling on Crown Jewel pattern. Favorite house shot in the planet. A lot of oil in the middle, not a whole lot to the outside, 43 feet. So let's get it going. Let's start it out, move it in. We're gonna talk more about this Maximum Effect. Started on 15. Yeah, wild looking. Sometimes Hammer just likes to experiment with colors, and they say, you know what? We're gonna make this a ball undeniable. See ya, carry. That didn't even come close to hitting the pocket. That had no shot. I'm gonna have to throw it a lot harder and a lot more in the oil because that ball hooks. This might be one of the most hooking balls around. It's gonna rival the Black Widow 3.0 for sure. Jeez Louise. That was shot 1. Let's try it again. My lordy lord. Maybe take some hand out, throw it harder. That's what I gotta do. That's what I did. For all you speed dominant players out there, strong roll. This thing just digs in, a lot of surface to it, a lot of core and cover strength. Now, I don't know what the CFI is going to do with that additive package on the Cohesion as well, but I got to imagine. The original effect, Hammer Effect, was very flippy, very sharp. The special effect was a little bit more tame, a little smoother, shiny solid. And now we got an aggressive hybrid. Uh-oh. No. Hey, why didn't you carry? Outsides are hooking today. Let's face it, a ball like this, for most players, it's gonna allow you to play more angle than what you're used to, especially on fresh oil. Just get in where the oil is, have a good time. Let's move into 5. Moving 5 to 20. I think it's still gonna be strong, and I'm gonna keep my speed up. Just crunching it. There are bowling balls that are skid flip. Then there are bowling balls that are a little bit more smooth. And then there are bowling balls like the Maximum Effect that just look like they're on business when they roll down the lane, and they have kind of a vendetta against the pins. It's rolling heavy. It's rolling hard. I would say this is just, I don't know how you explain that kind of roll. Heavy, just non-stop, relentless roll. That's out wider. Being that it's 500, 1500, and that I got that out to the dry, that ball rolled forward a little bit. So it is using all of its energy. Right now in this zone, kind of overkill. I'm allowed to just get that ball in that spot and watch it roll out in the pocket. I'm gonna try to keep this one in more. What happens if I try to keep it in the oil longer? Because outside dry, we know what it does there. Stands up and hooks. There we go. Big difference there with how the ball goes through the pins. Tame down that launch angle, get those eyes in, that break point, much further left, and that ball hits crazy hard. So let's move 5. We're gonna get 10 left now. We'll be in a 25. Flare, quite a lot, as usual. 050 to start's not crazy. 017's kind of intermediate, middle. I don't know what happens to the numbers after drilling. I imagine they probably maintain. I don't think they skyrocket. Whew. This might be one of the biggest hook and bowling balls I've thrown this year. Might be. I don't know. I'd have to do some comparisons and really see what the difference is with some of the other hook monsters. Normally, you see a ball like this, you're like, oh, that's gonna be skid flip. Nah, not really. Ball wants to dig in. Let's keep the speed up. There. It's like a Sherman tank going down. Just running over everything, speed up, throw it out to the wide, crush. So you can see a difference though with balls that roll so heavy, that have this much surface, is they're not really continuous through the pins. They're using a lot more energy on the lane, so less energy for the pins. So it's gonna be imperative for a ball like this to get the right entry angle. Otherwise you might flat hit, you might wrap 10, especially as we start moving left more. But we got one more shot here. Let's try to keep it in more. What do you say? Yep. Big difference there between the last shot and that shot. See the difference between how they go through the pins? I know the SPECTO numbers are going to show a big difference there, with one probably finishing around 17, and that one probably finishing 22 is my guess. So let's start moving it in again to 30. 5 more. Now let's see. I think if I keep the line tight, I think the only way I'm not going to strike is if I send it out too far too early. What came down from the heavens there? I kept that one in. I was like, come on, hook, come on, slow down. And something went up and came down and hit the 7. Pretty sweet shot there. You want to keep the pins low? I don't. Let's try it again. Maybe I can get it out a little bit further right early compared to that. That's way far wide. This is a good angle though. I got out that probably a 3-4 board if my eyes are right. And that ball set up perfect in the pocket. It's kind of like a hook set. When you get it out to that dry, early, hook set. And you keep it in, you carry a lot more through the pins. A lot more back end reaction, a lot more hitting power through the pins. It's all about delaying that hook window. This ball's sharp, uses a lot of energy early. One more shot here. What do we say here? Little loft. Crunch. Crunchity crunch. I mean, it's safe to say, for me, more surface is generally always better. for my game, and it might be for your game too, and it might not be. You might like a little shinier stuff. You might have loved the special effect. I thought it was pretty good, but I always said it was surface. In the video, I'm always gonna throw it at a box. This ball I would leave alone because it plays to my strengths, my speed, and my game. Let's move left. That last zone was perfect. Into 35 now. Let's see if we can carry it this angle. Maybe. Oh, got that 10 out of there. Got plenty of engine in there, plenty of cover strength. And this ball is overall gonna dig in more in oil. This ball is gonna be a traction ball. Fresh oil, heavy oil, no problem. This is your ball. Let's go again. This zone has been hit or miss for me lately. Certain balls can do it, certain can't. This ball, no problem. It's in more. Boom. Yeah, this ball just looks like it's stuck to the lane. Rolling down, it skids obviously in the oil, but it never looks like it hydroplanes. It's got plenty of teeth, plenty of hook, plenty of back end. Now I don't think it back ends as hard as like a Mania or like the original hammer effect, but we don't want them all to be the same. Wrap it around with different covers and you get whole different dynamics, ball motion. Let's try this one last shot here. Oh no, that's way too far. Okay. It tried to hook set. If I would have tripped 4, been a pretty sweet deal. All right, we had our fun through all the zones. This is where I pick a spot where I feel like I would best strike with this ball. And the zone right before this last 130 seems to be my favorite. I feel like I had the right touch, right angle with that shot. So let's move back 5. Let's throw one more shot and we'll wrap up this video. Maximum effect. Get that 4-pin out of there, baby. You know it's a good ball when I'm tripping 4s. And that weird messenger that went down from the heavens, that was the bowling gods helping a brother out for sure. So, hope you learned a lot about the maximum effect. I sure did. This ball's strong, rolls heavy, and that's not just me shilling like a villain. Tell it like it is. So, that's all for maximum effect. Please subscribe. If nothing else, take a look at the crew memberships and also check out all the new merch on Inside Bowling. Talk to you guys on the next video.